Howdy folks, it's time to do today's CSS battle. Let's do it in light mode. What the heck? What do we got? Oh, I always like these zigzaggy ones. They're kind of on the fun side for me. Alright, what do we got? Let's start with the first top and the corner and see where that gets us. So we put purple in the background. We put purple in the background, and then we start with the color correct, and then let's put our margin. So I think what we're gonna need margins of 0 on this paragraph tag. Margin 0. Auto. We just do 0. 0's fine, and then we do a margin of what? 10. 1. 10, 30, no, is it 11? I think it's 11. 11. 100, nope. 90, yep. And so it should be only as tall as the first inner area, and then the first, like so. So we need to be less tall. So that's 80. 80 is my guess. Nope, too tall. How about 75? How about 74? No, 75. No, 76. 76 it is. So this is the basis of all that we need. So, okay, so now our background on this element is going to be our friend, the conic gradient. Conic gradient. And we can do a from. We could do it from 180. We could do it from minus 90 degrees. I think in this case I'm just going to do 3 colors, so it'll be that's 180 degrees of the light color transparent. We're going to let the backgrounds show through. 0, 75%, and then the light color again and a 0. And that's very similar to an at value, but actually we need an actual, so that's the from. We need an at anyway, because the width of that is not quite what we want it to be. So let's, 70? No, 80, 90, 85. We're trying to align the diff exactly. 68, 69, 68, 67, 66. 66 could be right. How about 88.5? How about 87.5%? How about 85, 86, 87.5? 1, 2, 6. How come I'm just not having luck getting that? Oh, there we go. There it is, 88.1%. Then we're gonna need 1, 2, 3 more, right? 1, 2, 3. Then the odd numbered ones need to be flipped, translated. So the easiest way to do, we could do p nth child odd. Right, we could do that. We do, what is it? Translate? No, no, could it be scale -1? 1? Or 1 minus 1? Or is it, what is it? What is it? Yeah, -1, 1. Or the opposite of that. Oh, interestingly. So this is applying in a way that is surprising me. What's going on here? What's going on? So I'm gonna put red in the background here. Yeah, so that doesn't change anything. So why isn't this working how I want it to work? There's my question. So the vertical shouldn't change. and that's this one. And the horizontal should change, so that's this one. Oh, there. Or did I do it wrong? I wanted the, I wanted the even to change, of course. So that's how to make it work. I don't know, it's just, you know, my brain is not 100% today. So then we add another paragraph. Oh, look at that. So see that? I didn't see that little nub. That little nub. So that's a problem. So how do I put that in? What do I need to do to get that little line, which unfortunately is not there? It's expected to be there. Okay, so I think that means, so we got 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We add another. Do we get it? Okay, so that. Okay, so that means the last one. So let's go ahead and, instead of doing this p nth child even nonsense, which is too long, it's too much code, let's just make it an attribute, and then on the even ones we add b, and we add another b, and then this last one we're going to add another attribute c, and for that one we're going to change the height. Like 70 or something. Oh, and then that screws up an iconic gradient. All the best laid plans. So we have to make choices. This is where we got to make choices about what we're doing, because rather than doing what I want them to do, I also have to change the background if I change the height. So how do I do that? Or if I don't do anything and say background pink, how wrong is it? Well, that's a linear gradient, right? So that means that this one, it shouldn't be a conic gradient, it should be a linear gradient. Or it should have a different at value, which is another thing we could do. We could change that at value to be a var of an at, so dash dash a. And then for this last one, we will change the at value to dash dash a, 0, 0. No, so we need to change it to 50%, 50%. Okay, so there's the thing that we've got. The question is, what's the right way to fix this problem? I think it's about the background size. I think if we change the background size, we'll be happy. So let's change this. And then say 0, 0, or, and then 100%, and then change the height to be var dash dash h or 100%. And then for this last one, we change the height of the background, so that's height of background to be 10 pixels. So you see that modification being made, right? So that proves that it can work, but it also has this additional problem. We've got a far simpler solution that I was not thinking of, which is rather than setting this in the way that we do, we can set variables here. So we do var dash dash u or that value, and var dash dash u or that value, and then so u and v, let's say. So to change it, if we take u and make it red, what do we get? Well, it's got to be that purple. And what if we take v and make it red? Oh, that's the wrong number. So that means this one's fine. Don't need a V. What we need, I think, is this guy. Oh, even worse. So this is one of those cases where the whole thing wasn't thought through. So we're going to do all the quadrants differently. 25%, 0. And then transparent, 0.75. Now we should get this back soon if we've got the commas right. Comma, comma, comma. All right. So now, just because we're cavemen, let's do, well, I'm a caveman. First, so it's the middle two need to be short-circuited and be purple. And so we'll turn those into var. Var of U, or that color, and a var of U, or that color. And so that means dash dash U, and that will get it done. Oh, and worse, that's got to be for the C1. Because again, not thinking ahead. There we go. So that's our variable to change, and I guess that means we don't need this guy. He can just be what he is, and that's great. Let's submit. So that's a lot of code and a lot of hemming and hawing, unfortunately, because I didn't notice that didn't repeat all the way down. The world is an imperfect place, as they say. Okay, so let's unit replace and minify and do a little bit of cleanup and resubmit, and we're done. That's a fun one. That's a super fun one. Definitely one that I would have done with multiple background. And actually, do I want to try to do it using multiple backgrounds? Because you could do it that way for sure. All right. Let's do it the other way. Let's do it the other way around. Okay. So let's put that purple in place again, and put that light color again in place again, and then let's make an object be just the height that we want it to be. 7, 8, 9. Okay. And then make it 200, 300, 26, 27, 28, 278, 278. And then how do we get just those purples? How do we block out those purples? Well, I guess we could also do a clip path, right? Like that's not a terrible clip path. So you get two ways to do it today, because I'm totally happy with the prior one. Polygon. Okay, I did the word polygon twice. So upper corner 0, 0. 100%, 100%, or no, 100% 0. And then we have a few different levels we need to deal with. 40%, 100%. So that's that. So I would like to see, so that's 50% down, 45% down. Okay, 45% down. And then let's see if we can get back over where we want to get over. So what, 20%, 45%. Oh, that height doesn't look right, does it? How about 46? 46. No, that's worse. How about 44? We would like to use percentages, but we might be obliged to use pixels. 100 pixels. 120 pixels. How about 130 pixels? How about 125 pixels? Oh, 126 pixels. Did we learn that number before and I just forgot it? Yeah, probably. How about 30 pixels? 25 pixels. 26 pixels. There it is. All right, so let's go down from there. How about 52 pixels? 126 pixels. And then 100% and 200 pixels. And let's move that down to 100%, 100%, and then 0, 100%. All right. What shape do we have now? Really, we're just trying. All we're at is here, and clearly we're not there yet. Okay, so left, right, down, over, and then we need to go down. So we need to go 26 pixels, 140 pixels, comma. All right. And then after that, we need to go 100% over 140 pixels over. So that's how we get that middle groove. Not the best. And actually, now that I see it, is there an even better way to do this? See, there's so many choices. It's okay, how about 150 pixels? About 152, 152. All right, that's fine. All right, this is taking a long time. 100% horizontal 0, and then we're at what, 0? How deep is that? 200 pixels, 240 pixels, and then it's over. So the width minus 26 probably. But what's the width? I don't know what the width is. 180 pixels. 180 pixels, and then 240 pixels down. And then we need to go up the same amount over, and then up 200 pixels. And then we need to do none over and the same height pixels. Okay, so that's the shape, but the numbers are all wrong. So let's go upward. To 198, 202, 202, 202. There we go. All right, so the next is what, 190. How about 195? How about 194? And 194. There it is. So that's the shape. We're getting slowly the shapes here. So that number, that vertical number, is too high. So we want to go what, 190? We'll go 190. That's not right, is it? 200. No, that number's correct. It's the 240 that's the problem. This is the trickiness of this whole doing a clip path on the fly. Not easy. Not easy on the human brain. How about 4, 6, 7, 8, 228. All right. So it's more than I wished it was, but it's kind of getting it done. All right, so we're going to have these same numbers again, but with different numbers, of course. So let's copy those again. And these go lower, 100. Gross, terrible, 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 terrible. Right? I mean, that's just a terrible, terrible set of affairs there. All right, so these numbers need to get lower. We've gone up to there. How about 50? There we go. How about 60, 70? And this would be 50, something like that. And that means we need another one at 0, 52 pixels. All right, so that's the shape. And again, we're in the same situation. We got to adjust those vertical numbers. 6 and 6. Sure. And then these numbers, 50 and 50. All right, so that's another way to do it. Kind of silly. Is it not better? It's a lot of variables. It's a lot of code. Even if we unit replace and minify, it might not be a particularly good score. But it's hard to deny it's not another way to do it. All right, let's use that, using the same as a basis. Let's set that background again. Okay, and then let's make another paragraph tag. So the second paragraph tag is going to have another quality to it. We'll start with a background red. Right, and we can't see it yet, but if we set a margin of minus 100, 0, then we might be able to get what we want there. So let's set a height. Right, so this is kind of using this unique property, minus 90, minus 91, 92, and then the height of 24, 25, 26. There's that 26 number again. And then let's set the margins of him. Can we set margins to get him to be the correct shape? Minus 92 makes him go up. The next number will make him go slightly in. The last number will not do anything in this case, and then 0. All right. So that number needs to change to 30. How about 25? 26. There's that 26 number again. And then if we give him a color of that purple, and then we give him a box shadow, we go 0, minus 100 pixels. Let's go upwards. 1, 30, 40, 50, 51, 52. And then another box shadow that's over, let's say, 20 pixels, and then minus, actually no, it would be minus 20, 0. So what do we need? We need to move him over, and then up vertically. Where is he? Oh, because we don't have a pixel. There we go. All right, so up, 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 up. 6, 7, 8, 76, and then 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. And that's another way to do it. So you've gotten 3 ways to do this ridiculous puzzle. All of them sort of fun, interesting, intriguing. Let's unit replace and minify and see what that score is. Is that any better? I don't know. All right, which is your favorite? Oh, that is a better score. So the box shadow technique in this case maybe is the most fruitful and kind of the easiest to read too. in a lot of ways. It also allows us to just use two elements. We have the one element to do the color and the second element to do that. So if we combine the two, so we've got that element, so we've got a particular P, and what if we remove the background from the body? Do we get anything? If we do so these margins are needed to apply to a particular element. So I guess in theory you could do yet another way. You could set this with the conic gradient and then have a single element and box shadows. So what's that like? We're doing it a fourth way. I don't know why I'm doing it a fourth way, but I hope that it's appreciated. That's fine. You don't have to appreciate it. I'm doing this for me. I'm enjoying it. Conic gradient, and that's going to be purple, 75%. And then it's that color, 0. And then we need to move it over, right? And we need to move it over less or more. There's 90, great. And then that at value of that at, so over more, 200, 10, 20, there it is. And then we go down 2, 3, 2, 7, what is it, 6, 8. So there's that. So we have not we've not put a paragraph on the screen yet. So if we just put a paragraph on the screen and say background red, can we get it? So what do we need? Height of 10. Okay, so let's put some margins on him. 0. So what? It was 50, 60. Let's say 0, and then 0. There he is. So more vertical. 6. How about 59, 58, 59, 50, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61. And the height is wrong. How about 20? What is that? 26. Again, the 26 number. If we increase the this margin, 7, 8, 9, 10, 110, 111, 112, or 108. 108. So that's our element. And if we set our color to be, well, we're going to set it to be red in this case, and we do box shadow. I'm going to do the one that's directly underneath it first. So we say 0, 108 pixels or something, 120, 30, 40, 52. There it is. And then we do another box shadow that's over 100 pixels and then halfway between 75 pixels. Okay. So 99. Oh no, 100, 106, 7, 8, and then one more down, 176. That's kind of fun. We do purples. And that's another way to do it. What are we at? 4? 5? I don't even know how many times we've done this puzzle. Let's submit. Do we have a match? Let's find out. We do have a match. So that's fun. So that's an additional way to do it. Do we need all these? Yes, we do. Unit replacements, minification, resubmission. So that's a single element with box shadows and a single kind of gradient on the background, and that's another way to do it. I think we'll stop there. Thanks for watching. Sorry to have inflicted so many different ways, but this really is a nice illustration of the many different choices you've got to create the same shape. It's kind of a remarkable thing that CSS has, which is it's extremely powerful to make shapes in many different ways, and whatever way you're comfortable with. I say repeatedly in these videos that my favorite is the conic gradient, and it is. It's very, very useful. But I don't turn my nose up at any of the techniques. All right, have a great day. By the way, even though I've done like several ways to do this, there are much better ways to do this, I'm sure. Shorter code, more interesting code, weirder code, funner code. Hey, make something fun with CSS. CSS is fun. Have a great day. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.